Good evening and thank you for joining us. Today, July 28th, is observed annually as World Nature Conservation Day, and in keeping with our theme of activities focusing on our planet, our environment, and our climate leading up to COP26, we are delighted to host Thushan Kapurusinghe this evening. The Earth's natural resources belong to us all, we who are here today, and we who will come in the ages before us. The United Kingdom will host the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference of the Parties, COP26, in Glasgow, Scotland, from 1st to 12th November 2021. The focus is on our planet and on our future. The Climate Connection brings people around the world together to meet the challenges of climate change through arts and culture, education, and the English language. It is about ideas, innovation, and real change. Please visit www.britishcouncil.org/climate-connection to find out more on how the British Council is contributing to address the climate challenge globally. Also visit our page www.britishcouncil.lk/climate to know more and join our journey. Change can only happen when all of us, and especially young people, are actively involved, collaborating and innovating across borders and generations. This evening, we will be focusing on sea turtles and conservation efforts because a breeding adult sea turtle is, the very embodiment of a long shot. Sadly, it is the exception, not the rule. Sea turtles, sometimes called marine turtles, are reptiles, and they have a genetic history that goes back over 120 million years to the time of the dinosaurs. Of the 7 living sea turtle species recorded in the world, 5 species have been reported in our coastal belts coming for nesting. We are privileged to have the green turtle, the olive ridley, the hawksbill, the loggerhead, and the leatherback choose our coastlines at Koskoda, Indurua, Rakava, and Bundala. Our guest today is an avid conservationist, and the British Council welcomes Thushan Kapurusinghe, who has extensive experience in the areas of turtle conservation, mangrove restoration, sand dune restoration, and nature tourism with community participation to speak to us this evening. Thushan completed his master's degree in conservation and tourism at the Darrell Institute of Conservation and Ecology, DICE, at the University of Kent in the United Kingdom. He has extensive work experience in marine and coastal resource management with community participation in Sri Lanka and is the project leader and co-founder of the Turtle Conservation Project, TCP, which has been in operation for 28 years. Thushan also has interests in community-based ecosystem conservation, diversification of community livelihoods, protected area co-management strategies, and the sustainability of community-based projects. Thushan, Thushan joins us from Rakava, so we are very grateful. He's very, very busy, and he's actually in the field. So, Thushan, welcome to this session hosted by the British
Yeah,
Council.
welcome, Renali, and welcome all. Yeah.
It's wonderful to commemorate World Nature Conservation Day with you. And this is, as you know, it's a part of our extended series leading up to COP26. So thank you for being here with us. Before Thushan begins, I want to say to please include your questions and comments in the chat, and we will take them up in the Q&A section. Thushan, it's all over to you. I know you have a presentation you wish to share.
Yeah. Thank you, Minal, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to tell more about sea turtles and make our citizens, more aware about the vanishing sea turtle populations in Sri Lanka. So I hope that the listeners will use this opportunity to gain more knowledge. So let me share my knowledge with them. Yeah. Okay, so today I will talk about sea turtles with special reference to Sri Lanka, why Sri Lanka is very important for sea turtles, and about the five species we are having here. Anyway, before talking about sea turtles, I will simply brief you about how I started my wildlife career. So in 1985, when I was a 15 years old schoolboy, I joined the National Zoo, and we have a young organization called Young Zoologists Association based in the National Zoological Gardens in Colombo. So I was a member of that organization. So I had the opportunity to be with animals and understand their behavior, and I learned so many things by working for the zoo as a volunteer, and also by studying at the Young Zoologists Association. So I thanks to both the National Zoological Gardens and also to the Young Zoologists Association. And so, if I brief you about my presentation layout today, first I will give you a brief introduction about marine turtles, and then I will talk about their nesting behavior and migratory patterns. And then I will talk about the threats faced by sea turtles in Sri Lanka. And then we will talk about how we can save these animals from extinction, and how you can join and support us in saving these animals from extinction.
Oh dear. It looks like we are back to having technical problems. I think it is also raining outside, and I don't know whether Tushan is having some trouble out in Rakaba. Please bear with us because I'm sure he'll be back. He has a lot to share. Please note that while he is talking, think of the questions you want to ask, because he has a wealth of knowledge, and it would be a shame to miss the opportunity to engage and have a proper discussion about conservation and how you can maybe support conservation efforts in Sri Lanka. We have been highlighting and bringing programs right throughout these last few months. We started on World Environment Day, and we've hosted several programs, all focusing on the environment and nature. And if you haven't seen some of those programs, you will find them on the Sri Lanka British Council Sri Lanka Facebook page, and also on the British Council Sri Lanka YouTube channel. We spoke to the Parrotfish Collective. We spoke to a marine biologist, Nishan Pereira. Who else did we have? We have Thushan, and next month we have Jayanta Vijay Singha, who's going to talk about championing, efforts to address climate change. So we have a lot going on at the British Council uh, to raise awareness for the environment, and to create a conversation and engender interest. So please do join us, and do check out our websites as well. I think we have already shared the links in the chat, so you will find those. So do come on board. There are lots of things going on. People are doing beach cleanups, and there are nature walks, and there's a lot of ways to get involved with nature. So please do join us. I think we are still waiting for Tushan to come on air, but also there will. I mean, personally, looking through this, I don't know what appetite there has been really to find out about sea turtles generally. But this is actually a massive natural resource, that we are blessed with, because we have these beautiful creatures come and use our beaches to nest, and it's such a privilege. So join up with people like Tushan and see what you can do to address nature challenges and contribute to conservation efforts. Are we still waiting for Tushan Sarjit? Okay, so you will have to bear with me for a minute, uh, or maybe a little longer. Let's see. We have been having certain technical problems recently, but I think it's just weather related because it's just been sort of, erratic. So let's see. Let's hope. He had so much to share. So, and researching for this talk today, I was just so fascinated. There's so much to learn and to know, and I felt so ignorant. I mean, to sort of, I mean, we live on this earth and we know so little about the creatures we share this planet with. So I hope you will join in and join with us and check out some of our previous programs as well. So till Tushan comes back, I did talk about there are some wonderful resources online, and you really should check them out because for a sea turtle to grow to adulthood, there are so many challenges that, as I said in my introduction, it's such a rarity really now. And the more you hear about it, the more you realize, how utterly valuable these resources are and how threatened they are. So if you do have something to contribute as well and some knowledge, please uh, please feel free to share them on our pages as well, in the comments section, because I'm sure it will be useful for other people as well who are interested. Okay, so maybe we should terminate this particular broadcast and see whether we can pick it up in about 5 minutes' time. So, will you please log in a little while and see whether we are back on? We are live streaming on the Sri Lanka British Council Sri Lanka Facebook page and the British Council Sri Lanka YouTube channel. So, give us 5 minutes and let's see whether we can get Tushan back on. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you will return. Thank you.